Modern real estate is a crowded field. Every day, thousands of agents navigate a fiercely competitive market, racing to close the next deal and push their transaction numbers higher. There is an assumption that if you stay in the business long enough and hit a massive sales volume, you will automatically become a recognized industry expert. Time and transactions, the thinking goes, naturally equal authority. But that math rarely adds up. Countless professionals hit a high transactional ceiling and plateau. They clear millions in sales, yet they never acquire true influence or become the voice people listen to in their market. Reaching the absolute highest level requires treating the profession as a craft. As we see in this deliberate model, authority is built outward. It starts with a dense core of personal mastery, then expands deliberately into wider spheres. It requires tracing a deliberate path, mastering your skills before expanding outward to shape the broader market. The absolute center of this model is the micro level. This is where you decide to be excellent, focusing entirely on the rigorous, intentional mastery of your own skill set. Before you can lead others, you have to master the unglamorous details. This means committing to the fine print of complex contracts, navigating evolving local laws, and dissecting both market trends and financing structures until you know them cold. Many agents rely entirely on reactive, on-the-job learning, frantically figuring things out only when a real estate deal goes completely sideways. True experts pursue proactive education. They seek out specialized certifications and rigorous leadership training long before a client ever asks them a question. This chart visualizes knowledge capital. There's a direct correlation. Every educational input increases your market competence and leadership capacity. If you skip building this dense foundation, the structure is too weak. Expanding your influence outward will eventually collapse under complex market forces. Yet even the most rigorous personal mastery has a ceiling. When you keep your head down and work in complete isolation, your growth inevitably stalls. The second sphere of expansion requires actively engineering an accountability ecosystem. You have to build a professional environment designed specifically to push you further. It is easy to surround yourself with comfortable peers who pat you on the back. It is entirely different to step into a crucible. You need people who actively challenge your assumptions and hold your work to exact, uncompromising standards. This is where mentors and coaches become indispensable. Their strategic role is to point out the blind spots you cannot see yourself, compressing years of painful trial and error into a matter of months. By placing yourself in a room full of excellence, your own baseline elevates. Sustained growth stops being an individual struggle and becomes a collective byproduct of your chosen company. The final outward expansion moves past your personal network. This is the leap into the macro level, where you take on the responsibility of stewardship. Volunteering for leadership roles and industry committees necessitates a focus on protecting market integrity, moving your professional attention toward the health of the entire industry rather than individual transactions. Looking at this network graph, we see the reciprocal mechanism of stewardship. Mentoring younger professionals creates a dual benefit. Explaining complex mechanics directly strengthens the mentor's expertise. This creates a rapid multiplier effect, elevating the standard of every connected professional. You gain a deep, functional understanding of the forces that dictate the market. And by participating at this level, you evolve from a passive participant riding the waves of the industry into an active steward steering its direction. There is a deep paradox in achieving industry recognition. It tends to elude the agents who chase it directly, yet it naturally gravitates toward those who quietly focus their energy on these three spheres of growth. For decades, the industry has measured a professional's legacy by their sheer volume of closed addresses. But the true, lasting metric of a career is found in the specific people you trained, mentored, and developed along the way. Commitment to this three-sphere model allows you to navigate shifting interest rates and local housing trends with the proactive foresight of a strategist. By treating real estate as a meticulous craft, curating a rigorous network, and serving the profession as a whole, you assume an entirely different role. Mastering this deliberate blueprint provides the tools to architect the industry's future.